Hello, hello, hello. Uh, hello, everyone out there in YouTube land. This is the first time today that I've been live streaming. Definitely, absolutely. Uh, didn't have everything collapse because I tried streaming over hotspot after my town's internet went out. But we're here, and we're here now. So that's the important thing. So today we're going to do a little bit of coding for the Brackeys 2026.1 Game Jam. So as you can see, the theme for this game jam is strange places, and I have the vague idea of a game idea. I can show you what I have so far. So, bop. The idea is it's going to be a little environment with multiple players, local multiplayer players, and you'll spawn in the environment and you'll have to do a task. So maybe in one environment you need to get like some special fruits across the street but there's cars are coming by down. Maybe another task will be that you'll need to wait, you'll spawn in the arena and you'll have to do like a gladiatorial thing. The whole idea is that these unique environments keep on changing the rules of how you even play the game. So maybe one environment the gravity is changed or whatever. So yeah, right now I am going to get back to work on trying to do some local multiplayer shenanigans. So I'll get some music queued up for everybody. Hopefully music that is copyright won't be copyright claimed immediately. Yeah, okay. Now let's get to that fun old programming. Ah. So first things first, we get a crash. Okay. So we're working on our player manager. And I'm using the public plugin multiplayer input by Matt Gillars. I never read it out loud before, so sorry for that. I'm also going to check on my end to see if I am horribly blowing myself out with the audio. We a little loud, so let me just kind of scooch it on down. There we go. Okay. So I'm looking at this plugin and going to try to reverse engineer it here. I think we'll just kind of do the really cheap thing and just kind of copy it all and then paste it over here. In my player manager. So then we can kind of just edit things as we go. Player data, player max players. Right now we just need to know the player device. Okay. Player leaves, emit, erase, skip player count, player indexes, player devices. Player data. Handle join input. Join. What's join do? Join. Okay. Pop, 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 pop. It admits the new player has joined. Great. I'm going to make a player spawner here. Node 3D. It's going to be my player spawner. Actually, yeah, spawner. Spawner, in my mind, kind of refers to just kind of like... Okay, also I need to remember not to use emotes currently with the keyboard because the hand goes off and it looks weird. Wonder if I could just fix that live. That'd be something. Okay. Let's work. Oh, also make sure to sound off in chat if you're here. Just want to say hi to anyone who drops by, even for a moment. We're going to make a new script here. Player spawner. That looks good. We'll make a on player joined. I think I want that to be a type of int. Correct. Yes. Yes, you return an int. Type int. Let's do stack typing here, plugin. You've been serving me well, but I need to do a little stack typing on your end. I don't know how much I need to explain along what I'm doing, just because this isn't really a tutorial. This is just kind of me talking and working at the same time. Not very well. Funk, ready. When we join in, we're going to get the player manager dot player join signal connect. We're going to call on player joined. Great. And we'll also do a funk on player left. Oh, I'll already see a thing I've messed up twice. We'll get to that in a second. For right now, we're going to go ba-ba-da on player. Like, let me auto-complete it. That's fine. Do it myself. Okay. When we have that start up, it'll connect those functions. We'll also do at startup check current players function. Because basically, these, when it connects for the first time, it's not going to check to see what players are already connected. So I'm going to have it just automatically do that when it starts up. If you're here, make sure, say how stream is going, how's you's doing. So I could get some new music going. The system I have for stream music is very, very manual at the moment. Maybe that'll be another coding project I will do in the process of trying to do my main coding project. Okay, so we're gonna check current players. Player manager. Yeah, okay, we're gonna check player count. Player manager. Get player count is above 0. And for how do I get up? This is the problem always with trying to we're just kind of copying code and not really understanding it inherently. It's worth. Get players. Why do I want just get player data? Get players, get player indices. Excellent. We're going to make a public variable for our character. Yeah. So this will be my character control. We'll just have this default one here. Going to make a new function here and my player control of setup character. So this can be called from the spawner function. And when we do that, equals device input dot new player manager get player device from player, like that. We're going to do a real quick check at the top of here of the physics to basically see if we don't have a player, like basically no control or plugged in for it, we're just going to early return. Okay, so I think so far things should not crash. Good. I can't control anything, but that's okay. I'm also going to make this full screen-ish, so when we're actually playing, you guys can see it. Okay. Player spawner character. I'm also going to make a new array. Instantiated. Characters. Make it an array. Arrays are lists. Character control. Instantiated characters dot length size. One thing I don't like about Godot, and I guess a lot of coding languages, is they use like size and length interchangeably depending on what kind of like list you're looking at. I can never remember what one it wants. Okay, so size, if the size is less than or equal to 0, then we're going to create new. Actually, var new character character equals character control. It's going to be just our character at start. If the size is greater than 0, as in they've already created a character at this point, they're going to instantiate a new one. We do that by doing character. By doing new character equals character dot instant. Oh, I can never remember how to do this. Duplicate. There we go. New set child. I've done this so many times, but every time it's a mystery of how you do duplication. Because I know after you duplicate, uh, a character, you need to do a thingy, and that thingy is you need to give them a parent, otherwise they're just going to disappear immediately. So I want to get the character dot parent get parent. And then set child. Nope. Add child. Oh, I can do an add sibling. That will work. Add sibling. Add sibling. Remember, kids, always add your chiblings. New character. Okay. New character. Dot. Setup character. Player. And then we're going to instantiated characters. Dot add. Nope. Append. Aha. New character. Sweet. And if on player left, if instantiated characters dot size is greater than 0, as in we have a character already instantiated for each instantiate. How about just oh my god, instantiated character in instantiated characters. That S is going to be very important. Instantiated character. Ooh, okay. So I know there's a way to do this, and I gotta be very careful. Should be fine. So I'm only getting rid of one. No, there's a way to do this basically from the reverse. Yeah, yeah. From yeah, okay. We're going to get the size of instantiated characters. Dot size minus 1, 0, and -1. Pass. Do I do a range? That should be fine then. What's the issue? I call it for each in range. Oh, that's what. Instantiated characters, character index. I'm also going to set the player index equals player. Yep. And then I'm going to check player index equals player. Then we are going to instantiate characters dot remove at character index. Okay. We're going to put away the keyboard because we got to explain what we just did. So basically, I'm going to get nice and close. If we already have spawned characters, as in the size of our list of characters is bigger than 0, that means we've spawned characters. Okay, well, let's start from the top. Okay, so whenever the player manager says a player has left, we're going to see did we spawn any characters yet? As in the list of spawn characters is greater than 0. If we did, then we're going to go do a for loop of the range of indices, or range of characters already in the list. We're going to go through that in reverse, and we'll go down the list. And if we see, actually, we're going up the list, doot, 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 and if we find, oh, that character was the player we need to remove, then we're going to pop them, and then we'll be good. And then we can actually do an early return. Okay. 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 Yeah. Back to it, I think. I think that should work. Okay, let's try it out. Join. Okay. Bad start. Okay. Okay, well, I didn't even have a character assigned, so that might have been part of the problem. Start there. Do-do-do-do-do. Okay, bad start. I'm trying to move the window up so we can see my debug window down there. Okay. Player okay. Player joined. Okay. Did that not save earlier? Escape, join. Cool. I need a function to test to see if someone's trying to join. Because I remember that in the demo. Process, handle join input. Right. Bunk. Process. So this will be called every frame. Should have switched back to keyboard. We're going to switch back in a second, but that's okay. Uh, handle, join input. Okay. Let's try this again. Here we go. Yay. Okay. I'm now connecting my real controller. Yeah, look at that. Jump. Okay, we get a second guy. Whoa, Lord. The answer is no. Oh. Oh, he spawned in. Okay, that's why. Basically, I had two guys just kind of stuck together like that. That's easy enough to fix. For right now, we'll just kind of move him a little up. New character dot position plus vector 3 dot up times 4. So when we spawn in, we'll kind of spawn in a little bit above, like that, and then yeah. So I am currently controlling two characters here at the same time. Let me get that. Let me get that full screen. Yeah, look at that. We have reached the bare necessities of what a game must have. It's also kind of, I'm going to adjust the camera a little bit, see if we can't get that looking better. Keep an eye on the preview. And more of a top-down view. Also, I coded this the other night. Basically, I've got on screen this little screen safe area. And whenever the player it's going to kind of track the player as very slowly around while it's in the zone. But as soon as we get out of the zone, it's going to speed up. So hope actually, don't even need, yeah. Look at that. Nice and easy. I know a lot of people are probably just, hopping in for a second just to see what's up or, just, so they can save it for later. But also I do hope I'm not just boring people immediately upon joining the live stream. Oh well. Okay. That is technically a game. Okay. We have reached the bare minimum, my friends. I will now disconnect the controller, just save its juice. Okay, so we have start of a game. Do oh, I can also connect setup and export var camera control. So now I can do that. I can also pass that in when I spawn a new player. Actually, no, if I've already got one there, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. Who needs it? Bam. Oh, wait. Better check my camera. Make sure things aren't wonky. That looks pretty good. Make some music. Yeah, remember, keep on updating the music. I wonder if I just start playing a playlist and every now and then just gotta remember hit update display. That might work. I'm gonna take a sip of my drink. Okay. Let's make a game. Player spawner, I'm going to make you. I'm going to call you Game Control. Just to be safe. Want to have access to my spawner. Player. Spawner. All right. Grab a player spawner. Pop, pop. And let's have. I don't know. We're at that weird stage of game development where there's nothing here, and it's just trying to like push forward to have something here. So what do I need? We have movement. You know what I want? I want things to pick up and throw. Pick up button. Shall be that. Let's make a pickup object. Pick up. Since 3D, so we'll give it some nice volume. So on the character body, I'm going to give it a pickup point. There's a way to basically have marker. There we go. Marker 3. Let's see where we're picking up. I'm gonna turn down the music earlier. Just a skosh. We'll see how that goes. I like this one. Also going to kind of clean up my code a little bit here. We're going to move everything into its own separate movement. Now we're going to have a delta. Carry on that delta. So we have movement function now. We can actually handle the picking up in a separate process because we want to deal with that on frames. But you want to use physics process for physics or physics related object things. Process for just input things. Funk. Pick up. Go do something simple. Do a little if input and no input or a return. If we do have input, if input dot get action is action just pressed. Let's see. Pick up. And it should just work, but we'll do a little print just to see, and then we'll do it. Yeah, great. I did make like my own custom debug screen. Maybe I'll take a few seconds to make a print label. Music time. That's also a test, just can I work while trying to continuously talk? Well, we're seeing here, you know. Left. Make that a rich text label because I can have it scroll automatically. This track is a little scrunchy. I like it, but I don't want to make sure I'm not like hurting anyone with their song. Oh, music crashed. One. Sweet. And then we're going to starting left from the bottom. Funk, rich text label. Print. Oh. Debug print. Brink. String. Message. String. And we're just gonna print label dot text plus equals message. Real simple, not much to it. Player character control. Instead of using the old print, we'll use debug manager. Oh, there's gonna be a problem here. Because I've got a debug manager and a debug control. And so we need to make a new signal. Signal debug print. No. Funk debug print signal new print. Message string. I am at bet equal volume with the music. So this is good testing. Good testing. I want to know what I'm doing wrong with streaming. New print. Dot emit message. Okay. And debug control. Debug manager. Update. New print. Connect. Debug print. Cool. So now we can use this darn thing. Bug print. Attempting to pick up is probably pick up. Player index, cool. Going. Want a new return. So we'll now add a new line to the print message. Bup, 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 bup. Cool. I should probably also put this. Maybe I'm. So I should probably put like something to delineate when it's a new print message. But this is fine. This is fine. Okay. So, I'm gonna make a new script here. Pick up control. All right, let's see. There's many ways, but it's basically what we're going to be looking at here are two ways of doing things. Either I'm going to have... Shoot, can I? I know there's a way, basically. Okay. This is a mess. All right. The way I want things to work is when a player approaches a pickup, they can pick it up if they press the button. So now I can do that a few ways. I can have it detect when there's an on the player end, detect when the object has entered its zone and then be able to pick it up. Or I can have the object itself track who's picking it up or who's in its zone and then let them pick it up. I think it makes more sense for the player to be the one to do it. Because then I can just have it on the player's end. The thing I'm worried about is basically two players trying to pick up the same thing at the same time, and then there being a conflict. I can just have it lock down an object when it's time. That makes sense to me. That's all that matters. We're gonna take a quick break. I'm from the Godoting because I need to set up a shortcut that will let me do all of this shenaniganizing on at once, so I don't have to keep on checking in. I would like to make a new Shortcut, please. Shortcuts. Okay. So I think I can duplicate, select music, duplicate, edit, music. What do I have for the music options? Select music, or select multiple songs. Or repeat of each. Might be real easy. Now, time to remember how to add that to my Stream Deck. I do it over here just in case it doxes me. Oh. I think that should work. We will see at the end of the song. Cool. That wasn't too painful, hopefully. Because ideally, I can just select a whole playlist and it'll just get going. Alright, speaking of getting going. Zoop, zoop, zoop. Oh, whoa. Speaking of getting going, I'm going to now take a quick social media break. As in, check in and make sure all of my posts look good. Okay. Delete. All those 4 of likes. All right. No more confusion. No more stalling. Let's get this thing working. Also, I can make it so whenever I select that guy, you'll see. I see. Cool. I like that. Okay, music is done. Let's see if that worked. We will not be listening to Taylor Swift because that would get very flagged. Move through these. We'll see how this goes. It crashed. Okay, killed that. Just maybe try 2 songs. 2 songs back to back. Okay, it crashed. Well, I wonder. Oh, hey. They're showing the right song. Hey, okay. We will see what happens next on that front. Ah. I'm also already getting sleepy, which is not a good sign. Area 3D. Okay, I can never monitor detects areas, bodies, or areas entering it. Don't need it to be detected by other things, and we're going to put this on layer 2. There should be nothing. We're just looking for things that are in area 2. Area 3D. Collision shape 3D. Sphere. Just want to be monitorable. Just on layer 2. Ah. When the received body enters this area. Body can be a physics body, 3D, or graphic. No. Area entered. Just enters this area. Just monitoring symmetry. Flare on. Area 3D entered. Bop. Debug manager dot print debug print. It's a string. All right, so here we go. Yeah, on the pickup control, we're going to have this, and we're just going to have, actually, we'll have get if area dot get parent. So this would be just area 3 parent dot is pickup control. Does it work? Yay! There's also a way I can see, like, debug. I want to see... Oh, I know there's a way to do this. Basically, I want to, like, see the debug shapes in the editor. Oh, here we go. Visible collision shapes. Cool. And then we'll also have it for when it exits. On player. Exited connect. Making this nice and slow, you know? I want to have a list of objects in my area. Objects in my area. I gotta carry them. Okay, music has stopped, correct? Nope, it's got a little bit left. Moment of truth is approaching, my friends. Okay, var. Pickups. Drat. It didn't work. For each music. Select multiple songs. Play. Shuffle off. Repeat. None. Oh. No. Repeat. None. Okay. Let's try that. Stream music. 2 tracks. That's all I want. It crashed. We're going back in. Thinking about it. Oh, they crashed again. Thinking about it. It's playing. Unable to finish running. Why do we crash? I wonder, play. There we go. I'm betting it was trying to play the entirety of the playlist of songs. No, it's still gonna crash. Thinking about it. It's thinking about it. Crash. Yeah, I'm just gonna play the songs in this playlist and just remember to hit update display every now and then. That is what I'm going to do. And then now I'm going to check my phone because my sister sent a text. We are back to it, my friends. And make a nice little array. Okay. Control. Okay. Yeah. Pickups in range. Hats. So I love having the music going because it means I don't have to talk as much. And it's like there's stuff happening. Okay, if it doesn't have it, then we're going to add it. Oops. Range stuff. Okay. It's all very basic stuff, but it's important for me to get in because the game will not exist without it. And I'm just going to get pickups in range. I think that should be groovy. That felt weird. Not sure exactly what happened there, but it did not feel right. Okay. Ba 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 ba. Yeah. I'm going to change this to what I call a hold point. show. What do I do? We are going to see. I'm beginning to think I will not need the delta. We're going to see if we have a currently held pickup. Is that big enough? Hope this is big enough. If we don't have a currently held pickup, then we are going to see if we have pickups in range. Dot size is greater than 0. Stretching out a little bit. I need a good stretch out, I think. There's any curly pickups that we're going to. Right now, we are going. I think I need to make a. I'm thinking too many steps ahead is the big thing. I need to kind of just focus on one thing. But there's so many fun things to do. Up as in 2 words. Oops. My mic was muted for a bit. Who knows how long? Okay. That's fine. So if we're going to get the distance between player and the currently closest pickup. Store that. If we're then going to go through all the possible pickups in range, and if it's already the closest pickup, then we're just skip it. Otherwise, it's not return, it's break? No, it's return, right? We'll find out. By find out, I mean look it up. Skip. Just in case there's bad swears. There's a continue, okay. A sworn return was the one. Okay. Continue. Interesting, interesting. Learn something new every day. Alright. Continue. That, but instead we're using pickup. Yeah, current. Distance is less than closest distance, and closest pickup equals pickup. And current closest distance equals current distance. Get a warning here, I'm scared. Oh. Okay, well, we'll use a different word then. Cool. So all this is just to make sure we are about to pick up the thing that's closest to us and not the furthest thing. So. Okay. Current. The held pickup equals closest pickup. Held pickup dot parent. No. Oh, that's up. Pickup. No. What? I wrote that. Hold point. I know what I'm doing. Add child. No, it's gonna throw an error here as soon as I do that. Yep. It just zero it out, I think. Done. Nope, you want vector 3, yeah? Okay, I'll give you the vector 3. See how far we can get. Okay, bad start. Reparent, there we go. I knew there was some kind of parent dealio. Let's try that again. Boo. Yay! Hit. I can pick up a thing. Oh, hello there. Dylan, yeah. Thank you for joining me. Yep, I'm just kind of getting started on my Brackeys Game Jam, where... Sorry, I'm still using this new rig I made, so it's gonna be a little finicky as I try to go... Hello! Yep, I was kind of scrolling through social media earlier on Blue Sky, seeing if anyone else is doing a Brackeys Game Jam, and it seemed to be pretty empty so far, so yeah, I'm happy to be one of the few. Yeah, and currently the idea is still forming as I just kind of get to the basic stuff in here. So right now, the basic idea we're going with is a local multiplayer game where you're going to be dropped into different environments and you have to like kind of complete different tasks that are kind of unique to each environment. So sometimes they'll be like delivering foods to alien creatures. Maybe you'll appear in a different location. You have to like do a little gladiatorial battle. We'll see how we get to once we get to actual points. Right now we're still at the level of I can pick up a big donut, and that is it. We also do have local multiplayer built in so far. I'm just not doing that at the moment, just while I'm still testing things out. All right, here we go. So we can pick up a thing. Now I would like to be able to throw that thing. I'm going to convert it. Oh, well, thank you very much, Dylan. If you, this is kind of my first stream in a good while. I usually, the last little bit, I've been doing like an animated web series called The Pen Sword Adventures. It's more scripted dealio, but last episode was a scripted episode about me trying to make video games, in general. So if that tickles your fancy, I think you'll enjoy it. But good body. Has no shape. Let's see here. A nice sphere should do it. I want to lower this a little bit. I know it doesn't like non-uniform scale, so that might be a problem. Actually, I bet a cylinder shape would work better. Still also getting used to Godot as an engine. I've used it a little bit over the last few years, but I haven't really made anything huge with it. So we're still learning, still growing. Yeah. Oh, nice. Yeah, Unity was my old engine. I used it for a good while, and I think if you really force me to, I could probably figure out how to use it again. It's mainly just I just haven't used it in a good little bit. It was kind of like when was it? It was like 2023 or 2024, where they had like their whole brouhaha with like potentially charging per download. Is like, might as well just try something new while it's on the mind. Okay. And still pick it up. Yeah. Okay, so I can pick it up. I'm going to turn off the physics as soon as I pick it up. So I know there's a way to do that. Deactivation. Sleeping. Yes. Freeze mode kinetic. Tree will not move and will not calculate until woken up by another body. No. Freeze. Freeze is what I want. I hope you've been enjoying your first week of school in game development school. I think that's really, really awesome. I went to an arts college, so I didn't learn game development through that, but I did get an opportunity every now and then to do like a game thing, at the college. So like for like an advanced like animation rigging course, I decided to test out our rigs by making a little video game. I think it might be on my itch. I'll have to check that. I went to the Minneapolis College of Art and Design, and so I originally went there to be just a regular 2D animation major. But when I kind of met with my end of my freshman year I met with the kind of head of the department, she was like, you might want to go into 3D animation just so you kind of have that skill set on top of the 2D skills. Which I think worked out well for me because I still have that 2D background, but I can now also do these 3D things. I can understand how to move in a 3D environment, how to animate like a rig, and it's applicable. The physicality doesn't change regardless of how many dimensions you have. So even though I do more 3D than 2D, by doing 3D, I can still learn how to make more accurate 2D animations. And also I can pick up a donut. Okay. Funk. Throw. And yeah, you brought up like I have nothing against people who use Unity or Unreal or any engine. I mean, whatever you do to make a game works. So yeah, I very much feel like for animation, my mind works better in 3D. I just kind of like understand. I like the idea of making something once and then kind of manipulating it into different poses, and I can think about how to kind of navigate a 3D environment better than I can with a 2D environment. Yeah, and I do like the style of 2D a lot better, I think, just because it feels if you can do a 2D right, it feels pretty, amazing. I'm just not to that amazing point. Uh, but I've tried different like things to kind of like get kind of a 2D look from my 3D animations. Like I'm currently working on in the background just kind of like a pilot for a show that would be animated in 3D, but like rendered with shaders and techniques that would make it look 2D. Yeah. I mean, it's. I think the biggest thing holding me back from really getting to good 2D animation is just I need to work on my just regular drawing skills. There was a class I had the option of taking in college called Drawing for Animators, and it just never quite worked out with my schedule. So it's like the one class I regret never taking. I think I can do one of those. There's a way to do add. Physics are always going to be the bane of my existence, and so I just need to kind of remember every now and then. Apply impulse. Impulse, okay. Apply impulse. Vector. Impulse vector. Okay. We'll try that. So, character control. If input. There is currently not a held pickup, and we're going to try picking it up. If there is, else, if there is a pickup we have, then we are going to. Oh yeah, a really fun thing about Godot is. I wish I made it myself. A great thing about Godot is if there's a built-in function or any kind of function where you're like, I don't know what that means or what you I can show you. So like if I'm using Godot's built-in character body 3D node as a starting point, and up here I can like if I want to know like what options I have with that, I can right-click on it and look up symbol, and it will bring me to like the documentation page for that built-in feature. If it's a thing I've built, like I wrote in my code here, Like, oh, what's jump power? Well, I can do the right click and look up symbol and it'll bring me to where it's defined for the first time. If I get really fancy, I could also like write in a note of the power of a jump. If I write a little comment up there and drop back down to jump power, and kind of like kind of hover over it, it'll like put the little definition under it. Yeah, it's really cool. It's real handy. It's kind of like the main reason like I'm not using like an external code editor. It's just I can be right in here. If there's something I need help with, I can get right to it. And it puts like even like the documentation pages I've already opened like right below all these scripts, so I can just jump between like checking out the camera 3D functions and variables. It does clutter up sometimes though, so sometimes I just gotta close out the documents. Okay. Going to move all of this up here. Okay, so now we're going to... Oh yeah, no, the documentation is super great. And like for custom things, I mean, it even extends to like other parts of the editor. So like on a rigid body, I've got all my settings here, like mass and like all that. And like, what does the mass do? I can hover over it. It says, okay, well, the body's mass. That's great. But I can right click on it and open documentation right there as well, and kind of get all that same stuff right in the editor. Uh, I think that's good. Else, pickup is released. Just released. Then we're going to throw. Currently held pickup dot throw, and we're just going to do vector 3. Wait. Dude, there's a way to do this. Now's the time to do all that documentation stuff I was talking about. And I can see what it inherits. So we'll go node 3D. I think there's a way to see forward.
The artifact of truth awaits those who truly seek it.
I'm going to also... currently, we are listening to a concept or a fan album called Harmony of a Hunter Returns, which was a Metroid like fan album of remixes. That track is really good, but it has like a long part where they're just kind of saying a lot of words, so I don't want it to be uber distracting. All right. Okay. Just want to know what direction character is facing. Actually, I know what way the character is facing, because I've got... it's the body that's facing forward. Forward. Transform. Nope. Yeah, Godot. It's been really building very fast, and I think when the whole Unity stuff happened, I think the developers even said they're like kind of the main heads were like they weren't sure if it was even for the best, just because they didn't want to transform the thing into like Unity, or basically have everyone jumping ship from Unity kind of affect how the engine would transform over time. But I think it's been for the best pretty much so far, and I mean, just this morning they announced like they released a patch to this version, and I'm not even gonna touch it because I updated it like a week ago, and so I don't want to mess anything right at the beginning of a game jam. Godot, get forward of object. That's right. Basis dot z. Okay, that'll be the forward throw direction, and we'll just put a nice 2 on that. So what we're doing here is we're getting on my mesh. I've got my character. I've got the body, which is this guy. Whatever direction it's facing, we are going to tell the currently held thing we're to give it a little oomph that way, that direction. Yeah. Okay. Oh. Okay, I see the problem already. It's going to get picked up and then immediately get dropped as soon as I release the button. So. Okay. Okay. It drops. That's good. It's still stuck to me, so I'm going to fix that first. Currently, I'll pick up dot reparent. I'm going to have it reparent itself. Bar starting. Also, we got music. I'm really pushing the limits here with my music I'm using while streaming. Since it's a fan remix album, I'm hoping it will just kind of get past any kind of copyright problems. If this is kind of a test stream for me as well, so after the stream, I'll see if it gets hit with a whole bunch of flags, and if it does, I am recording locally, and I can upload a version that just has that track turned off. So should be. Well, we'll see how this goes. I have found that YouTube's copyright system it can be very specific if it catches something, but if there's a lot of ways you can kind of skirt around it. Yeah, for sure. I'll next time I'll stream, I'll mention it. If not, I'll maybe post it to my Blue Sky. Or maybe I'll post it as a community post so that way you can see it. We shall see. Ready. Starting parent equals get parent. Okay. Okay. Throw. Sweet. And on all technicality, it works. I'm going to see what happens when I just crank up the strength of the throw. Yeah. Sweet. On all technicality, it works. Okay. So, next step would be I want to kind of basically make it so you can hold down the throw button, and as long as you're holding it, it'll kind of build up a charge, and when you release, it'll give it like a max throw. So we will do that here for current. Throw charge, make that float equals 0. Max throw time. Yep. If it works, it works. Min. Throw. Power. The float of, say, 10 seem to be pretty good, so we'll kind of go 5 there. I'm just kind of throwing numbers at the wall here to get to test it. And then var, or just making some quick variables of row strength equals float of. We're going to do what's called a lerp, where basically we're kind of finding a point between 2 points. In this case, we're going to go from the min strength, min throw power, to max throw power. And the weight is basically how in between these two options. So if it's 0, it'll be the minimum. If it's 1, it will be the maximum. If it's 0.5, it'll be right down the middle. So we'll use my current throw charge. Use that. I'll make sure to reset the throw charge after we've thrown it. If input dot is action held, pressed. So if the action is being pressed, then we're going to add a little bit of time. If current throw charge is greater is plus equals. Okay, so we're going to add a little bit of the current time to the throw charge. If current throw charge is greater than max throw charge, throw time, yeah. Yep. It's a you can be stuck for a good while just trying to like figure out where to even begin with game development. And I think the best advice is always just to try making things and kind of learn as you go. Like I'm still, you've been seeing, I've been kind of looking up things as I've been going of like what does this thing do? I don't remember this. I mean, from the Pen Sword Adventures episode, I kind of talked about my game development journey. A lot of it was just trying to get a game working, learning a little bit, and then just kind of giving up because I was like, I cannot figure out how any of this works. But I retain a little bit more each time. I think that'll work. Yeah, okay, so I'm doing a quick tap. Drops very, very slowly. I give a big hold and wah! Sweet. And now I can also make it so we have slower movement. The real bane of my efficiency is going to be just spelling incorrectly. Hey, thank you. Yeah, if you're, I don't know if you're just getting started in game development. I don't know if you've found the channel Game Maker's Toolkit. They do a lot of kind of just videos on like general game development things. And they have a video on him trying to like learn how to program with Unity to make his first game. And he had a great video on basically like his process and how like he tried, just following tutorials, copy and pasting, and clicking when they the tutorial shows how to click and all that. And he basically said that wasn't really helping him retain anything. So he went with the process of starting with, coming up with a game that already existed, trying to recreate it. And then, each time you kind of learn a little bit more as you're creating all these small projects, just trying to like learn the very basics of like, here's how to make Flappy Bird. I'm going to learn it all by myself. What are the steps I need to make it? Yeah, Game Maker's Toolkit. Yeah, Game Makers. Like might be. Ooh, hit. There we go. I can't remember if it's an apostrophe S or a plural S. So let me check that. It's a possessive S. Yeah. Great channel. It was kind of like the first kind of big gaming or game development channel I watched, and he's made 2 games now at this point. In that first game, he documented the entire journey, and then the second game, he just kind of posted one day that he made a game over like a few months, and it was kind of a nice testament to just kind of getting that first project out of the way and just kind of learning what you can, and then applying it to your next project. So what I'm doing here is basically it's going to create like a little temp variable called current move speed that usually uses the general move speed. But if we're currently charging up a throw, then it's going to set that temp current move speed variable to the speed for when we're throwing. So then it will apply that to the regular movement stuff, and then we should be good there. I also want to do the same deal for turning. So var current turn speed float equals turn speed if actually I can do this in one shot. Oh yeah, no. I also find math very fun in game development. It's a thing where for about a year I was an educational assistant at elementary school, and those kids often like, I don't need this math stuff, and it's like, math is like one of the things I use most in both game development and animation. Just knowing your very basics, how to multiply, how to divide, and then knowing how to look at a graph and all that. It's all super useful. I'm glad I did not stream yesterday when I was trying to remember like any of my like tangent, tan or sin or cosine dealios. That was a nightmare. Mm-hmm. I agree. That's always a good plan, to just kind of make those real easy games and just kind of throw them out there. Mm-hmm. All right. Let's see if that works. Pick up. I'm going at full speed. Charge it up. Still a little bit too fast. I want it to be very slow, so when you're charging up a throw, you can kind of really aim it. Current speed. That's different. Let's see. Interesting. Let me go get my donut. Okay. Moving at full speed. I think the problem is that the movement speed is also a little too fast at the moment. Set that to 2. Let's really get it low, and then really get the turn speed down. Okay, we found the limits. Maybe just a little bit faster on the turn speed. I think we'll be in business. Much better. Okay. Hiya. think what I want now is just like a visual indicator for both the direction you're about to throw and then also how strong it's gonna be. So I want to spend as little time on it as possible while I'm kind of getting things, we're still in grid land here. When I look for a new node, I think I want something along the lines of have fun grabbing those snacks, Dylan. Thank you for joining. Nice to meet you. Let's see. I know there's shoot. I know there's like basically a Sprite 3D. Sprite 3D, exactly. That's what I want. Please. Row. Direction. Okay. I need just like an arrow shape. Prototype. I'm going to grab one of my fancy bot assets. Give me one moment, folks. There we go. Okay. I'm just navigating through a lot of my file systems here as I try to find. Yeah, there we go. There we go. I'm using a whole bunch of assets from Kenny. He makes a really great free assets. And I like using them. Okay. Okay. So... This region mean truly lose sprite rectangle and display only a specific part of its texture. I like that. Not quite what I wanted. What I want it to do basically is to fill up and expand as the longer I'm holding the button. Centered. Turn that off. Okay, that works. Let's try that region thing again. No. Reset that. Okay. No. There's a way. Basically, modulate or fill up that area. Well, internet's time. Internet's time. Godot, fill. Sprite. 3D. Let's see, is there anything here? No. Do. No, there's a way to do this. I just be real lazy with it. Okay, we'll try that. Okay. Node direction, node power. Boom. So while we are charged. throw direction. Dot hide. Okay, if picked up, we're holding the key. Show it. And then those were generating time held. Throw power. Great. Show. No, dot. Scale. Dot. The Z. Y. I like how it looks like that. We'll see how that looks. Alert. F between 0 to row. Power. Scale. X. Is it a con? Can I not edit that? Okay. Doesn't say anything about it. Current row charge. Sorting flags. Oh, okay, there we go. Billboard, no. Transparent, yes. Shaded, double sided, yep. No double test. In fact, I'm not seeing this guy at a certain speed. Make him very transparent to see here. I wonder if it's because I'm using 3 and 4 power. 4 power. Hey, welcome back, Dylan. Currently trying to make a visual indicator for the throw power and direction. I think we're close. Indicator. Just gonna add these so it doesn't get all confused. Direction indicator. We're still not there. Debug manager. Uh, this debug manager thing is actually something custom I made. Basically, you can do like regular debugging prints right here, and it'll put something in the output down here. It's real handy for just regular debugging checks. But I wanted something that I could see like in the game, just so I didn't have to kind of keep on moving the window up and down to keep an eye on the input or on the output. That makes sense. Indicator. Yeah, thank you. I thought it was pretty nice and clever. And we had a crash because I forgot to put the right definition in there. All right, try that again. Okay, so I got a whole bunch of logs. Interesting. Think I want a remap? Yeah. Well, yeah. 0, 1. So what I'm going to do here is I'm trying to lerp between the zero and basically full extended arrow here. So when it's at 0, it's going to be all shrunken down, probably invisible. But then it's going to fully extend as the power of your throw is charging up. So I'm using a lerp node to lerp between those two scales, or those two sizes, and the weight, or what's going to control how far in between 0 and fully extended we are, is going to be a remap function, which is going to take in our current throw charge. It's going to know that it's going to be between 0 and max throw time, and then it's going to refigure those numbers into between 0 and 1. I think that should do it. And yeah, that's kind of what we wanted. I'm also going to round snapdef. This is kind of like a rounding function. Basically, it's going to just kind of cut off a lot of those wonky floats at the end. Oh, that's what's wrong with it. Something's okay. Okay, it's all in there. I just can't see all of it for some reason. And step was going to be 0.0. Just to make it a little cleaner. Okay, concerning, didn't even try to step it, but that's fine. Maybe that's. Oh, I mean, I punched the mic. Okay. Here, I'm just gonna see if I'm just not seeing the indicator. That's my problem. Yeah. I'm beginning to think I can't edit this directly. So instead, equals vector 3 scale dot x, and our lerp and then our z. Too many arguments for a lerp. Oh, that's what. No, the throw indicator is going to be this little pink arrow on top of the white one. But also whenever I scale it down, it just wants to clip down like that. Weird. But the little bar is just a scroll bar on my debug chat. Oh. Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, so... Here. Yeah, that's just a scroll bar to scroll on the chat. But the pink arrow is not showing up still. Here, what if I just make you invisible? No. They aren't linked anymore, are they? No. Hmm. This is a tough one. I can, I'm not stopping stream until I figure this one out because it's. Yeah, the one thing I'll say Godot doesn't really have over Unity is that if I want to figure out what's going on in my game, I gotta kind of do a little. There's no like live inspector really. You've got kind of. I'm gonna pause. Okay, let me pick this guy up. And then I can yeah, pause that. And then I can see I've got my remote, which means that it's basically a version of what all of this stuff is I can check in on. But I kind of got to do it through the hierarchy. I can't see what's really cooking here. That looks good. What are we missing? Region? I was messing around with the region stuff earlier. I wonder if it just got wonky. The region stuff got wonky. Okay. Okay. All right. Want to paste that here. Pick it up. Purge up and what? I don't know why while it's scaling it wants to be very much beneath the other. Maybe I'll just kind of give it a little separation. Yeah, thank you. Okay, I'm going to do a little test of everything we've done so far and just call it for now. So let me get out my controller. I'm just gonna give it a little bit more separation. Maybe I'll help a little bit. Okay, so I join in. Whoa, I'm on the controller. I can then pick it up, charge up. I think whatever is happening with it's a depth issue. I'll figure that out later. My donut! I've also found that if I get way too far out of bounds of the camera, it has trouble locking on again. Oh, that's another problem, but here, I got me on controller. I also got me on keyboard. So I can have these two guys run around. I can pick it up. Yeah. And I can have you run over here and pick it up and let's see, did I program it already in a way where I can't run up and just steal it from the sky? Good. Though that could actually kind of fun as maybe a mechanic. Throw. Sweet. All right. I think I'm willing to call that good for today. All right. Let me kind of shut everything down here. All right. Well, thank you very much for watching. Yeah, I think I'm definitely going to work on that mechanic of being able to steal from someone else's hands. That's gonna be I think that'll be pretty fun. Yeah, so thank you very much for watching. Thank you, Dylan, in particular, for joining in for the first time and commenting and all that. Uh, yeah, I think we made some good progress today. Um, yeah, I'll be streaming again soon. Uh, it's a question on about whether or not tomorrow I'm at the end of the day I'll be traveling out of town to pick up a family member, but It it's all good, it's all planned, it's just a matter of whether or not I work before we head out or not, so, yeah. So, thank you again very much for watching, and I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye. Trying to do the stream over, hang on, there we go.